Hello friends, myself Dr. Dinesh Bhutada, practicing as a dermatologist, cosmetologist, trichologist and laser specialist in India. At the same time, I am doing medical legal consultancy and I am the editor of 3 newspapers, Skin and Hair Times, Saundarya Varta and Saundarya Mantra. In today's video module of Law and Medicine, we will be talking on the medical certificate issued by a doctor. What is the medical certificate, the importance of medical certificate, what the medical certificate should contain in it, and how long we have to keep the medical certificate with us for the medical legal purposes. So we'll be talking on all these issues. If a medical certificate is admitted in a court of law, if a medical certificate is admitted in a court of law as evidence and is proved to be a false, the issuing doctor is liable for punishment. So medical certificate is having a very much important in the court of law, and if the certificate is proved to be false, the issuing doctor is liable for punishment, and at the same time medical certificate has the power or right to and the importance in the case. Following things should be kept in the mind while we issue the medical certificate. Medical certificate should be on institutional or doctor's letterpad. Medical certificate always should be on the institutional or doctor's letterpad. Date, time and place should be mentioned in each and every medical certificate. Issue it only for legitimate purpose and only when necessary. Issue whenever it is necessary and only for legal purposes. It has to be true and clear without any ambiguity. It has to be true and clear. There should be an identification mark of the patient, preferably a thumb impression. Each and every medical certificate must have some identification mark of the patient, preferably thumb impression of the patient is required in each and every medical certificate. Period of illness should be clearly mentioned. In medical certificate, the diagnosis of the disease and period of illness should be clearly mentioned. Disclosure of the diagnosis should be only after the patient express consent unless required by the law. Only it is required by the law or the patient give the consent, then and then only you disclose the diagnosis. Doctor should maintain the duplicate copy of every certificate. Once a doctor issued a medical certificate to the patient and patient use it for legal purposes, every medical certificate duplicate copy or carbon copy should be maintained by the doctor for medical legal issues. How long a doctor should keep this all medical certificate records? Ideally, record of adult patients are maintained for 3 years and children for 21 years. Ideally, the medical certificate record of adult patients at least for 3 years it is to be maintained, and for children for the 21 years of their age it is to be maintained. A mentally retarded medical certificate is to be kept forever till you practice. From income tax point of view, you have to keep the medical certificate for at least 8 years. As per the Code of Medical Ethics, April 2002, it gives the inclination that every medical certificate has to be kept by the doctor for at least 3 years. And in case of a medical certificate issued in some criminal cases, this medical certificate is to be kept properly by a doctor till that case is cleared or the case is dissolved. Until and unless the case is dissolved, you can't. You have to keep the medical certificate with you so that it may require by the law any time. So this is all about medical certificate. It has having its own importance. A doctor should not issue the medical certificate for any reason, and he should genuinely issue the certificate. Any false certificate is liable for the punishment, and all medical certificate must have the thumb impression of the patient as an identification mark, and the illness period and all name, date, place, time should be clearly mentioned. Thank you.